Thanks for joining us. We open with some good news out of Brooklyn Park. The police department says its crime rates are the lowest they've been since it started keeping records. Police Chief Mark Bruley told the City Council this week that there's been a 6% reduction in overall crime and a 25% drop in violent crime since last year. City officials say a big part of the drop comes from citywide efforts to help youth. Newer initiatives like the Community Intervention Unit use real-time police intel to connect with at-risk youth and get them the help they need.
So that's the idea, that all the tools may have different disciplines, but all those tools are available for us to find the best outcome for those individuals that we're dealing with.
It put a lump in my throat to see the departments working together and getting results. Oh my God, where does that happen in this world?
While the report is good news, city officials say their work is far from done. Police, firefighters, and EMTs are the first people who show up to a scene when disaster strikes. But it's the public safety telecommunicators, or dispatchers, who act as the first responders. Delane Cleveland had a chance to catch up with two dispatchers who handle calls in Hennepin County and hear how a tragedy in Brooklyn Park put their skills to the test.
During an emergency, people are trained to call 911. Those calls come into a Plymouth office building.
911.
And public safety telecommunicators like Jamie Bierling are the ones who answer them.
Where is your neighborhood?
She's spent the last 5 years working here, putting in 12-hour shifts and taking at least 100 emergency calls a day.
You can hit every single emotion within 5 minutes. You can hear a baby being born to someone's last moments. You never know what's on the other end of the phone or the radio. 911.
It's a critical role that requires months of training.
Unit off of Scott Street.
Dispatchers learn the computer system, the language, the geography, and tips on how to stay calm.
It's not my emergency. I'm in a climate-controlled environment with people I trust that have my back.
Samaya Bratz is one of those people.
I've always had a passion for wanting to help people.
She's several months into training for a job that she hopes will turn into a long-term career.
They have been so supportive in me, in my training. I can go up to anybody and ask them for help and not feel ashamed for asking what could be a very simple question.
On March 29th, their training was put to the test when a plane crash landed onto a home in Brooklyn Park.
So I took roughly 10 calls about the airplane. The first one was a female telling me a plane fell out of the sky, and she at that point didn't know it had landed on a house.
During that incident, Bierling helped manage the phone calls while Bratz went to an observer role. All told, the dispatchers responded to 85 emergency calls during a 5-minute time span.
It was kind of like a controlled chaos in the room because everybody was getting those same phone calls. And that's when the delegation started to happen of who's covering what channels, who's taking over what exactly.
It was all in a day's work for these first responders who dedicate their lives to helping people on what could be their worst day.
And ultimately, I'm hoping I'm saving at least someone a day.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Dispatchers say the biggest piece of advice for anyone calling 911 is stay calm and know the exact address of the emergency. Meanwhile, employees at a Plymouth credit union are credited with helping to nab a pair of identity theft suspects. Eric Pratt and Jade Burton have been charged with identity theft and theft by swindle. Each list an address in Maple Grove as their home. According to the complaint, Pratt had gotten a hold of someone else's U.S. Treasury check totaling $125,000. He had tried to set up an account at the Plymouth Topline Credit Union. Quick-thinking employees alerted police of potential identity theft and were able to stall until officers showed up and arrested the pair. Both suspects now face court dates on 2 felony charges each. With popularity can also come problems. A popular news store in Crystal has led to concerns about parking. Daiso opened to considerable fanfare last weekend at Crystal Town Center. The strip mall is also home to several other businesses, including an Aldi grocery store. Customers have since taken to social media to complain about parking. However, Crystal City officials say the mall has 277 parking stalls, which is about 25 more than required by city code. Many of those spaces are located behind the building, so if spaces in the front are occupied, the city encourages people to check in the back. In Brooklyn Park, a new restaurant recently opened. C Senor Kitchen opened in a strip mall on Edinburgh Center Drive, taking the space of a former restaurant. C Senor describes itself as offering an authentic Mexican street food experience in Brooklyn Park. The City Council approved a liquor license for the venue this week. A new exhibit is giving students in the Robbinsdale School District the chance to show off their work.
You need to see the skill level of these kids. It's pretty amazing what they do and how they create it and how they use their imaginations to create this work. I think the community would be really impressed with what we're doing in our schools with our kids.
The secondary visual art show is on display at Robbin Gallery. It features work from students in grades 6 to 12 across the Robbinsdale district. A district art teacher says it's got something for everyone.
The skill levels are great to see. The variety is great to see. If you're interested in 2D art, that's all over the walls. If you're interested in 3D art, it's on these pedestals. And the work is just really imaginative and creative and well done.
The exhibit runs through April 27th. We'll leave you with more of what you'll see.
Champlin Park softball is 3-1 on the season and ranked 5th in the state in Class 4A. The Rebels went on the road to try and hand Andover their first loss of the year. Chaz Moots has the highlights.
A windy afternoon at Andover High School. Champlin Park coming off a 9-1 win against Waconia. Andover ranks 7th in the state in 4A. Jump to the top of the third. Rebels up. They add some more. Ava Abrahamson, big swing to right center field. The Huskies can't track it down. Champlin Park scored 2 in the third and went up 4-1. In the bottom of the third, Andover answers back. Megan Sergener, good rip. Ball was hot to center. An RBI double cut the CP lead down to 2. After the Rebels went scoreless in the top of the fourth, Marissa Rothenberger went 3 up, 3 down, all strikeouts from the junior to keep the score 4-2. Jump to the top of the sixth, bases juice for Champlin Park. Rothenberger at the plate. It didn't look the prettiest, but it gets the job done. Ball stays inside. That brings Ava Parent home and keeps the bases loaded. Later in the inning, Abrahamson with another big hit. This one to shallow center. 2-runner score. Abrahamson went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. 7th inning, Rebels running away with it now. Hannah Hughes, some solid drive for an RBI double. CP puts up 9 runs. Rothenberger went the distance, 12 Ks in 7 innings pitched. The Rebels get a top 10 win on the road. In Andover, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Rivals Maple Grove and Osseo met up in a neutral site game in softball Tuesday. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
Maple Grove and Osseo playing softball on the turf at Gleason Field. Maple Grove hits early. Emily Gornick tags it to left center on the top of the first to score Jordan Brewston for a quick 1-0 Crimson lead. Same inning and Sarah Zimmerman lofts it to right center and it falls in. Gornick and Chelsea Fisher score to make it 3-0. It's 4-0 Crimson after 1. In the second, Ruby Goette slices a hit to left to bring Izzy Vitens home. Maple Grove is up 5-0 as they hit the ball well all day. The third is another big inning. Lexi Hewler sneaks a bouncer between third and short. Gornick and Fisher score on the play to make it 7-0 Maple Grove. Goette drives a sinking liner to left that's in for another hit to bring Hewler and Brewston home. Maple Grove gets 5 in the inning and they go on to a 13-1 win in 5 innings over Osseo. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Providence Academy and Breck finished 1-2 in the IMAC Conference baseball standings last spring before both teams were eliminated in the Section 5 AA playoffs. The two met up for the first time this season Tuesday night.
The Mustangs coming into the game 0-1, the Lions 2-0. First of 2 meetings in the regular season between these teams. Bottom of the first inning, the Lions' Colin Gregory slices a single into left center field. Joe Spades comes around to score from second base, and it's 1-0 Providence on Gregory's single. Later in the first, Joe Berghold rips a single down the line and left. Peyton Bartz trots home from third base. The Lions add one more run in the inning on a wild pitch and lead 3-0 after one. Lions starter Gavin Wyant with a couple of strikeouts on the mound in the second inning, including this one to end the frame. Staying strand a runner at second, it stays 3-0. Breck does get on the board in the third, though. Liam Kavanaugh with a single to left field. Josh Melnick around third, he comes home to score. Kavanaugh's run-scoring hit makes it 3-1. In the fourth, Breck's Jasper Thompson grounds a ball to short. The throw to first base skips away. Owen Maida scores, and it's a 3-2 game. But Providence responds in the home half of the fourth. Gabe Nathy's ground ball up the middle leaks through into center for a base hit. That scores Logan Foster to make it 4-2 Providence. The Lions go on to win 8-2. They improve to 3-0 on the season. John Jacobson, CCX Sports. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.